Hello friend, I am Shantini. Welcome to my class. Welcome to another video of Let's Learn Geography channel. Today I am going to discuss about the Continental Drift Theory by Alfred Wegner, which is the most comprehensive theory. And in my previous lecture, I have discussed about the F.B. Taylor's Continental Drift Theory. If you have not seen my video, please go and watch this. So let's start. Unifications of the continent and ocean is not the new concept, because there are so many scientists and scholars wondered about the position of the Earth's continent and oceans. If you see the Africa and the South America, both are fitted together. And if you see the North America and European portion, if they come together, they are fitted each other. So scientists have wondered about the position of the continent. And more than 4 million years ago, many scientists started to thinking about the Earth position. If South America and South Africa come together, they fit perfectly. And also, the North America and Europe is fit together. The Abraham Ortelis, who was the Dutch mapmaker in 1596, talked about the position of the continent and ocean. He was the first mapmaker who talked about the position of the continent and ocean. Following Abraham Ortelis, the Francis Bacon, who gave his concept about the continent in his famous book Novum Organum in 1620, and Antonio Snyder, who talked about the continent's positions or ocean's position in 1858, and he talked about the fossils for plant fossils found in the North America and the Europe are similar, and also the coal found in North America and Europe seems to be similar. And after Antonio Snyder, based on the Antonio Snyder, in 1908, the F.B. Taylor postulated his concept, the horizontal drifting of continent. And after F.B. Taylor, in 1912, the Alfred Wegner gave his theory, the drifting of continent. Alfred Wegner's Continental Drift Theory. Actually, basically, Alfred Wegner theory was based on the problem-solving theory. Before Wegner, there are numerous concepts and work finding, but Wegner assumed that the climatic change might be related because of the various evidence related to the climate change. He assumed the climate change might be the key factor from the drifting of continent. In fact, continental drift theory grew out the need of explanation major variation of the climate change in the past, because in geological time the climate was changing in various time in the past. That's why he assumed that climate change might be the reason. He assumed that the continent might be remain stationary position, and climates are shifting from one place to another. Continents are remain and climate is changing. And on the other hand, he said the climate zone are constant and continent moves. So what he thought? He thought that continent remains stationary and climate shift from one place to another. On the other side, might be climate zone are stationary position and continent moves from one place to another. And Wegner stated that the continent could be united together in the form of supercontinent. He talked that there are supercontinent, all continents are united together in a form of supercontinent, that is called the Pangea, and the water around the Pangea is called the Panthalassa. And the continent united form is Pangea, and the ocean around the Pangea is called the Panthalassa. And he believed that earth crust are made of Ciel and Sima. And Earth crust are two types. One is the continental crust, another is oceanic crust. Continental crust are made of the Cl, and oceanic crust are made of the Sima. And oceanic crust has been heavier than the continental crust, and continental crust is lighter than the oceanic crust. So this is the continental crust, and this is the oceanic crust, and this is the heavier, ocean are heavier, continental lighter. Clear? And drifting our continent according to geological times. There are various geological times in the past, and we have seen that in my previous lecture. I have discussed about the geological time scale. If you have not seen this video, please go and watch this. You can understand that there are different geological era and geological time period where the continent are grew up. Initial period, there are the one supercontinent that is called the Pangea, and the water around is called the Panthalasha. In Carboniferous period, the South Pole was near the South Africa and the Pacific Ocean in the North Pole. In the Carboniferous period, where the South Pole was near the South Africa and the Pacific Ocean in the North Africa. In the Mesozoic era, the Pangea started split into two parts. One is Laurasia, another is Gondwana. And Laurasia consisted of North America, Europe, Greenland, and Asia, excluding India. India was fall under the category of Gondwana. And Gondwana in the southern continent consisted of India, South America, Africa, Australia, etc. By the Cretaceous period, the continent were separated into landmass and formed the present-day continent. And the Wegner assumed that continent were moved horizontally on the seafloor due to the movement of continent, the folded mountain form. When the two landmass split into each other, this portion is called the steathes is formed here. If I remove this all, you can understand this. And the first position is that the Pangea and Panthalasha, and when they are split into each other, one is Laurasia, another is Gondwana, the Tethys Sea is formed here between Laurasia and Gondwana. Why continents were moved? Wegner stated that there must be some mechanism that drifted continent. He said that oceans is being lesser material situated below the heavier material, and two mechanisms helps to move continent. Two mechanisms were there. One is the centrifugal force, another is tidal force. What is centrifugal force? In my previous class, I have discussed about centrifugal force. That is, if you tie a piece of rock, and if you move it in this fashion, the force that generated here are moving towards outside, and the force is called the centrifugal force. And believe that the centrifugal force, which creates spinning on the earth on own axis, the breaking of continent in the past caused the centrifugal force and the push continent towards pole, and the tidal force causing the movement of the continent towards the western side. And this is all about the continental drift theory. I am just recap or summarize this. So first, there were just so many scientists there who have given about the continental drift theory. The first one is the Abraham Ortelis. After that, Francis Bacon. Then the Antonio Snyder, and after that David Taylor. And the most comprehensive theory was Alfred Wegner, that was given in the 1912. And he said that there might be he assumed that there might be the climate change is caused behind the movement of this continent, because the continental drift theory grew out need of explanation major variations that happen in the geological past of climate change, and that's why he assumed that the climate may be the reason of the movement of continent. And he also assumed that the continent remains stationary, climate shifted, or climate zone are stationary and continent shifted. And he said that in the past there was a one supercontinent which is called the Pangea, and around the Pangea there was a water or the ocean is called the Panthalasha. And due to Carboniferous period, the North Pole was situated near the South Pole was situated near the South Africa. North Pole was near North Pole, the Pacific Oceans are there. In the Mesozoic era, Pangea started move out due to some mechanism, and two splitted part was the Laurasia and Gondwana. Laurasia consisted of the North America, Europe, Asia, excluded India. India was fall under the Gondwana land, and Gondwana land was consisted of the India, Africa, South America, Australia, etc. And in Cretaceous period, the landmass separated each other and present day formed. And he said two mechanisms worked to movement of this continent, that is the centrifugal force and tidal force. I hope you understood this. If you have liked this video, please subscribe my channel and share with your friend. Many more videos are coming soon, and that is helpful for you. And thank you.